legendary warriors. The powers that created us now want us all extinguished. We must join forces, or else forever be their slaves. For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them. Let's roll.
Here in moments.
The ultimate gala spectacle.
Holy Mother of God on earth and in heaven at the exact same time.
You want a piece of me? You got it!
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed, TGIF. Thank God it is Friday. And it is the last day, that's right, the last day of the month of March here in 2017 or 2017, whichever way that you say it. I'm your host, Dan Adams, and this is the Dan Adams Show, the morning edition. I apologize for not getting the evening editions out lately, but I've had some engagements in prior, I guess, things that I needed to attend. So hopefully next week I'll be back at it with the morning and evening editions. And once again, be on the lookout. War Radio will be returning. We Are America Radio. Wayne Dupree, Hutch Bailey Jr., David P. Redmond, Paris Pacopis, yours truly, and hopefully anyone, and I mean anyone who may have had the inkling, who may have had the sniff, who may have just had, just maybe, possibly, you know what? That's what I want to get out there and speak and talk. And let me take my glasses off because I hate doing video with glasses on. I can still see, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not that blind. But for video aspect and my YouTube viewers and followers, thank you, and subscribers, I don't want a reflection going off and then like, man, I can't really look at Dan because those glasses and reflection. So make an adjustment, ad hoc it, and that's how we go. So as I was stating, We Are America Radio's returning. WeAreAmericaRadio.com. WeAreAmericaRadio.com. An announcement from Wayne Dupree will be out shortly as to when the rebirth, relaunch will happen. So stay tuned. And like I said, if you want to get in contact with yours truly, I'm at Dan Adams Show on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Instagram, and Tumblr. And hit up Wayne Dupree on Facebook and Twitter at Wayne Dupree Show. And let us know if you're interested in joining us at WeAreAmericaRadio.com. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And first and foremost, giving honor to God and to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to see another day, allowing me to breathe in and breathe out, allowing me to see my loved ones wake up this morning, allowing me to have a job to go to supply shelter, clothing, and food, and anything else that is needed to supply the enrichment and, I guess, the necessities, ladies and gentlemen, the necessities of life for my family. I'm not rich, I'm not poor, but I get along as we all get along, and I'm thankful to God for that. Now, this is a Friday edition, ladies and gentlemen, the TGIF edition of the Dan Adams Show, where I got nothing prepared. I'm going to completely go off the top of the dome, and I'm going to call this Friday version, Don't Believe the Hype. That's right. Don't believe the hype. And as the Public Enemy song goes, now here's what I want y'all to do for me. Back is yours truly, Dan Adams. Now, if you know the Chuck D song for Public Enemy, you know what I'm referring to at the beginning of the song. But as I digress, I was on social media last night for a little bit, and ladies and gentlemen, I posted something right before I shut down the laptop, basically stating, wow, ladies and gentlemen, I'm paraphrasing, went and watched that interview with Evelyn Farkas. That's right. If you don't know her name by now, you should know. She is the young woman, and I'm calling her young woman, on Morning Joe on March 2nd, ladies and gentlemen. March 2nd. Hannity, Limbaugh, Beck, and all of the top names for the last couple of days have dissected the segment that she had in regards to Obama, ladies and gentlemen, and the Obama administration surveilling, wiretapping, spying on Donald J. Trump. And as I went back and listened to that one particular segment where she's talking about who was involved, how it was involved, where it was involved, when it was involved, and the operative word that I want to start right now is when. She said that when she left her position, it was in, remember, go back and listen to it for yourself. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have that segment up there. No, I don't. I don't have that segment. I apologize. But if you look for the full length of that, I just had that one juicy segment where she's talking about the who, what, when, where, and why. But the when in regards to when she left her post at the Defense Department and then ended up joining the Hillary Clinton campaign. But when she was a federal employee at the Defense Department and had liaison access, ladies and gentlemen, liaison access to certain intelligence, this is what she said, and you heard it. But when is the oh my gosh, when is the operative word right now? When? And she said in June of 2015, ladies and gentlemen, is when she made it a point to try and tell the Obama administration to grab all the intel that you could possibly get before you leave. This was in June of 2015, ladies and gentlemen. So if the timeline is correct, okay? If the timeline, ladies and gentlemen, is correct. All right, I'm looking at the camera over here. Camera's over here, Dan. If the timeline is correct, ladies and gentlemen, and she left in 2015, June, ladies and gentlemen, June of 2015. If she is accurate in what she is espousing in regards to the surveilling of Donald J. Trump then in June of 2015, are you friggin' kidding me? So you mean to tell me, ladies and gentlemen, and now she is backtracking everything she said in that March 2nd interview. And it's funny, if people didn't go back, like Hannity, Limbaugh, and Beck, and all of us out here, and critique, and then go back and just go by every millisecond and find out what exactly she said that was a bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, bombshell of all bombshells, she probably would have thought she would have got away with it. But no, she didn't. She said what she said, and now she is trying to backtrack. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't care if you're a never Trumper, a non-Trump supporter, or a person that just don't like the man. If the man and his campaign were under surveillance since June of 2015 and the Obama administration was behind it, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I don't care if you like Trump or not. He was a private citizen at that time. Private citizen. He may have launched, no, I'm trying to think, when did he launch his announcement? When was that? Was it June? No. Maybe July or August of 2015 when he announced he was going to run for president? I may be mistaken on that, but I'm thinking. So if that's the case, well, if that's the case, ladies and gentlemen, then someone, somewhere in the Obama administration took it upon themselves to say we need to surveil Donald J. Trump even before he even made this announcement if there were some rumblings or rumors in regards to him running for president. And then at that point, if someone made it this whole ordeal in regards to we have to surveil Donald J. Trump, not even, if that's, and like I said, I may be wrong, and if I'm wrong, then I stand corrected. But I think it was in July or August is when he announced that he was going to run for president. But if in June of 2015 is when this surveilling started, then this goes beyond shady. This goes beyond illegal. Someone needs to be, and for a person who is not the biggest Trump supporter in the world, you know this, but I am about the law, the rule of law, the Constitution, and everything else that is enveloped in that. And if this was an illegality being perpetrated by the Obama administration, then ladies and gentlemen, someone needs to be strung up by their boots. Someone needs to be brought into the center of town and flogged. Now, I may be laughing, but I'm not kidding. This is utterly ridiculous that this would be happening here in America. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the left, you don't see this as a problem. You don't care. It's Trump. And even at then, you didn't have to hate for Trump then because he wasn't even running for president. He was a private citizen. If I'm getting all of my ducks in order in regards to the timeline, he was a private citizen at that point. Private citizen. This reeks beyond when you pass one of those garbage cans in your backyard with the maggots in it. The raccoons got into it. It is so effing messed up that if it went down by the timeline that I'm thinking that it went down, the man was surveilled before he even made his announcement that he was going to run for president, ladies and gentlemen. If that doesn't piss you off as an American citizen, I'm sorry, you can be never Trump to the day you die. But if you can't understand the ramifications of what the Obama administration did to Trump and his family and his campaign, I have nothing else to say. We'll disagree with it and we'll go on about our business. But if you can't wrap your arms around this and realize how effed up this is beyond effed up. And I'm really kind of trying to control my words and my verbiage right now, because I want to go off on a cursing tirade, excuse me. I want the expletives to fly, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to control myself under these circumstances, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to control myself. But the Obama tyrannical regime is making it very hard for me to continue to compose myself. And every time I look at this camera, ladies and gentlemen, in my car, it always seems like I am on an angle. And then when I adjust it, it seems like I'm more of an angle. But ladies and gentlemen, take it as it is. You're getting yours truly on YouTube and Daily Motion. Don't forget, I put it up on Daily Motion as well. But ladies and gentlemen, this right here, and right now I'm thinking I'm off. So let me adjust it again. Now I think I'm kind of right, I guess. But anywho, for all of my Spreaker audio people out there, you're probably thinking, man, what is he doing? I'm adjusting for YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Just adjusting for YouTube. Now, back to the topic at hand. Like I said, This is a Don't Believe the Hype edition of the Dan Adams TGIF edition of the Dan Adams Show. I don't know where you stand on this, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know where you stand on this. But if Donald J. Trump and his campaign and his family, that's just all intents and purposes, just throw his family in there, because you know they weren't just surveilling him, his campaign. His family was under surveillance too, because they were part of the campaign. It makes my stomach upset. It really does. It just starts a headache right at the frontal lobe. And like I said, you could be a never Trumper, but if you can't understand the severity of the effed upness, the severity of the just sheer illegality of the Obama administration, the severity of making America look like one of the countries that we espouse to not be, like Russia and Iran and those kinds of nations who continually spy on its citizens, who continually illegally spy on their citizens. Have we come to the point, ladies and gentlemen, that America, and I'm sorry for all you Obama supporters who probably won't listen to this, but if you happen to listen, how do you feel about an American citizen? And at the time, you hate Trump now, but you didn't hate Trump then, because if this started happening in June 2015, he wasn't even a candidate yet. So if you can't wrap your arms around this and realize how effed up it is, then I have nothing else to say to you. I really, because I know you're going to continue to put your man, your savior, Barack Hussein Obama, up on a pedestal. You're going to do that to the day you die, unless some way and somehow you have an intervention or you have some type, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to make this very clear for all of my liberal Democrat friends out there. If some way and somehow, ladies and gentlemen, before you die, and I'm hoping it's happening way before that, that you have this revelation, this enlightenment that comes within your life, and you realize that the liberal ideology is nothing but a slavery mentality, that is nothing in regards to making a stance for freedom, for independence, making a stand for law and order, and for upholding the Constitution. If some way, somehow, I'm praying that this happens for you. Because I'm not saying, ladies and gentlemen, that the conservative ideology that I believe in has all the answers. It doesn't. But I tell you one thing, it has the framework of leading us down the path of finding the answers that we need. And I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but the liberal ideology that you may, for all these years, been a supporter of, been a believer in, does not have you and your family's best interests at heart. It doesn't. Because it wants to take away your freedom. It wants you to rely on government. It wants to tax you to death. It wants to demean, besmirch, name call anyone that may disagree with your point of view. And ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, the immorality and illegality that is the stronghold, ladies and gentlemen, of the liberal leftist Democrat Party here in America. Do you really want to be a part of that? Do you want your legacy, ladies and gentlemen? Do you want your legacy to look back? Your ones that you've left behind, to look back at what your belief system was. And if these individuals say, my goodness, why did my mom or my dad or my grandma or my grandpa believe in this leftist liberal ideology? Because all it does, ladies and gentlemen, is divide us. That is its main goal. Divide us, get us at a point where we are at each other's throats, and then at that point, once we're divided, they can slice us and dice us and attack us and get us reliant upon them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the TGIF rainy morning edition of the Dan Adams Show. This Don't Believe the Hype, no holds barred edition. The last day of March 30th, 2017, or 2017, whatever way that you say it. And as I end this broadcast, podcast, Spreaker, YouTube edition of yours truly, Dan Adams, aka the Soulful Conservative, the DA and the prosecutor. You can contact me via social media outlets at Dan Adams Show on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Gab, and Instagram. May God continue to bless you and yours. May He keep you and your family safe. God bless. Peace.
This poem is for the woman I love. I knew not what love was till you awoke within my heart. We are now together forever, never shall we part. I will track where you are, I'll decide whom you see. Remember, sweetheart, you belong only to me. So do what I say and don't do anything dumb, or I may have to hit you until you are numb. If you tell another soul, well, that will just make me mad, 'cause I tolerate you, and for that you should be glad. There's one more feeling I must express to you, honey. Don't ever let me catch you touching my money.
Some relationships are not as they appear. That's because domestic abuse is often hidden. Join the Women's Center and Shelter in the effort to end abuse early on and help us provide emergency sanctuary to those who most need your protection. To donate, visit the Women's Center and Shelter at wcscanhelp.org.
Fox News Radio. I'm Dave Anthony. Mike Flynn should ask for immunity. That's what President Trump just tweeted about the national security advisor he fired, writing this is a witch hunt of historic proportion. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
The president's tweet follows news that Flynn has offered to testify to congressional investigators in exchange for immunity from prosecution. Back in September, in an interview with NBC, Flynn made it clear how he felt about people who seek immunity.
When you are given immunity, that means that you've probably committed a crime.
Flynn's attorney in a statement said no reasonable person who has the benefit of advice from counsel would submit to questioning in such a highly politicized witch hunt environment without assurance against unfair prosecution. Flynn was fired for lying to Vice President Pence about his contacts with Russia's ambassador. Dave?
John, the ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, says, why all the cloak and dagger stuff? Adam Schiff says he's more than willing to take the White House up on its offer to let he and leaders of both committees, both parties, review the intel Republican Committee Chair Devin Nunes saw when he went to the White House.
If these are the same materials, or any subset of them are the same materials, why weren't they presented in a more transparent way to the committee?
Nunes' meeting with the secret source led to calls for him to step aside from the probe. There's no bypassing Atlanta on I-85 this morning. That major highway shut down after yesterday's bridge fire and collapse.
Couldn't have happened at a worse time, but we're going to have to overcome that obstacle.
State Public Safety Colonel Mark McDonough says they get a lot of spring break traffic now. Success in space.
Thursday night's launch from Cape Canaveral by SpaceX might be otherwise unremarkable, except that the rocket itself was a used model. And that's never been done before. The main booster phase of its Falcon 9 rocket had been used on another mission and successfully returned.
Fox's Evan Brown, that rocket again returned, landing on a barge. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced. It's a case that has intensified the sanctuary city debate. A 14-year-old Maryland girl accuses two other students of raping her in a high school bathroom. One of the suspects, 18-year-old Henry Sanchez, is an illegal immigrant. The other is 17.
The first of the accused, Jose Montano, appeared in court Thursday and was denied bond in an alleged rape at Rockville High School in Montgomery County. David Wooten, Montano's attorney, says his client is the victim of
an accusation that has substantially changed within a matter of weeks. weeks from the original accusation.
They say he and co-defendant Henry Sanchez Milian participated in consensual sex, and texts and videos show that. As court proceedings play out, school officials in Montgomery County say there will be security reviews in all its schools. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
More deadly violence in Chicago. Police say 2 were killed in a drive-by shooting last night in the same neighborhood where separate shootings several hours earlier left 5 people dead, including a pregnant woman. A Missouri mother can't believe it after she finds out who she helped get arrested.
A suburban Kansas City mother watched in horror as a home security camera captured 2 masked men beating her 81-year-old boyfriend.
Oh, I was panicked. I didn't know what to do.
She called police, who responded as one of the perpetrators opened fire, wounding an Independence officer with a bullet to the head. The suspects then fled but were later arrested, and now police say it was the woman's own adult son, Donald Nussbaum, who drove the attackers to her and her boyfriend's home.
I just can't believe it.
The mother, who did not want to give her name, says she's praying for the wounded officer, Tom Wagstaff. He remains in critical condition. Tom Graham, Fox News.
On Wall Street, we're seeing stock futures lower ahead of the opening bell this morning. This the day after the Dow dropped 69 points. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio. 69 points. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Element of surprise will take its twists and turns. Vital for me to relieve the burn. It's my turn to let the music get into it. Free myself from all the craziness going on in the world, ridiculous. We need to step back and take a breath before we take that final step. It could lead to destruction. No discipline leads to corruption. Keep your blood pressure at a safe level. You have to let the dust settle before making any decision. Picking the right spices in the kitchen. I know what you're waiting for. Melodiq is here. I'm standing at the door.
It feels so good when you're around. I know that you're digging my sound. I know the way you like to move. It feels so good.
Sometimes we rise and fall, but we must get up and grab the ball. Put it in the breadbasket, it's less drastic. Stretching my mind elastic. Never forcing you into a corner, giving you latitude, real gratitude. Without you, I couldn't be me. Bringing it live at this funk party. Musical provider, lyrical Don Dada. Making me work much harder. Making sure I bring you the soul. Never try things I can't control. To me, that is the right formula. Never negative, always positive. Feeling good is part of the process. Making sure I pass the test. Come on.
It feels so good when you're around. I know that you're digging my sound. I know the way you like to move. It feels so good.
With this jazzy interpretation, let your mind come to its own conclusion. Exclusion, ignorance, pettiness, focus supreme, parallel to my readiness. Just like the FBI, Funk and Bass Incorporated. Who's jaded? Not me or the people I hang with. Giving praise for this musical gift. Time to uplift those souls in the dungeon. Giving you results just like the search engine. Database is large and equipped. Like a website taking millions of hits. With black roses on the production. Guaranteed to supply your needs. For this type of musical rendition, hip-hop is here to start the transition.